Ladies and gentlemen, we're here in the finals, finally, of the FC Striker Winter Championship. Our team, we got Soloz and Vwwww. We got a yellow France path on the top left, bottom left has a matte France as well, orange. Top right is Luke Teal, America. Bottom right, Soul Iraqi, the Soul Soviet survivor here. Soloz green down in bottom right. So top is bottom here. A complete France battle here on the left side. Meanwhile, Luke and Soloz battling it out. On the right side, Soviet versus Allied. The Soloz already prepping for that corner rush. Luke is... I don't think Luke has scouted that yet. That is going to be a huge missed opportunity there for Luke. I think he does scout and does see the corner rush. He does have a couple of dolls ready to go. And of course, being the France players here, they do have the AFC first, but it looks like Path does have the quicker build. War Factory is out for both players on the right side here. Left side, second barracks coming out for Path. And out comes the first guy. The first Path is going to have it. But the first hit goes towards Vwwww's way. That's not working out for him. Path seems to be winning on his side. The corner rush on the right side does get swatted with the dogs and a couple of pillboxes. Two rhinos out here for Soloz, but Vwwww is losing. Path tries to get rid of the parrots to stop him from building any more cannons, but to no avail there. Good use of the Patriot missile from Pav. The rockets immediately go towards his teammate, though. Soloz down to his bottom right. Tries to get a war factory, but unfortunately does get swatted as well. The cannon walk on the left side is still really huge. Absolutely fucking huge here. And Luke is winning on the right side as well. Down goes the Rhino. The war factory is about to go down next. I realize my webcam is still on. I'm so sorry. It looks like Vwwww has lost down in the bottom left. Luke absolutely dominating Soloz on the bottom right side as well. War Factory goes down. There is still an AFC down in bottom right, so Vwwww's Matt can still build a cannon here, and he does. But the Rockets are here to try and take out that final piece of the puzzle, being that MCV. Matt desperately trying to build on the bottom right hand side here on this allies base, but how long can Soloz hold on for? Luke is up here fast and furious, really quick. Rocketeers are coming from him as well. The drones are being spammed out here. Matt finally going down bottom left and bottom right. Soloz goes down as well. And that's the first game in a quick flurry to Sandstorm as for Luke and Path. Predictions are gonna end when the first game starts, so put your votes in. You wanna change your votes? Go ahead. I don't know. I don't care. It's your money, dude. And it's gonna end right as the game starts, and there you go. Submissions have ended. So head creatures over top left, orange American Matt. Top right, you have a American Teal Luke or Sandstorm. Bottom right, Soloz, Iraq green. Bottom left, half America purple. And the first time we're seeing here, not the first time, but definitely one of the rare moments here. We're seeing a double allied out of Team S4 and Path. We know both of them can play a very mean allied. A legend. They can definitely play a very mean allied. Luke is one of the very rare, very pure Soviet allied players here. I think he's one of the only people that goes allied for all of QM. I don't know what that build was there from Luke, but I think it's just gonna build down there.
Beacon detected.
But Path immediately gonna go air here down from bottom left. Oh, we do have a corners game here. We have Matt top left, Soloz bottom right, and then Luke top right, and Path down bottom left. So where are you going with that MCV? But so air out of Path immediately, and it's heading towards Matt on the top left hand side, going 0 here. The flak from Soloz on bottom right, he also goes 0. Luke goes War Factory first, miner out immediately. Marco, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome, dude. You're just in time here for the second match of the finals. So Soloz prepping for that Connie rush. He did go 0. So does Matt. But how can he hold up here? Let's see. AFC out from Luke. Path is still air only. Finally the War Factory comes out. Path is in trouble. Path is in trouble. Luke needs to do something here. 3 rhinos trying to hit that. MCV. That miner out the way. Luke and... yeah, Luke tried to pressure down bottom right here. But he can't just leave Matt alone. So Path moving his miners towards the top jam patch here. Top all patch here. Bad tackle drop from Soloz there. Power drop from Luke going to its bottom right. That's why he's gonna send the Rocketeers to its bottom right actually. There you go, the air has finally transitioned to tanks.
Beacon detected.
There's a ping from Luke showing that it's gonna go in on the left side here.
Our ally is under attack.
Trying to backdoor, but Soloz knocking on his door. Luke looks like he was playing a double here, but it's not there yet. Thank you, Marco. Soloz running through Path here. Down goes the pillbox. The Warfare is gonna go down next. Does get sold.
Is under attack.
Luke and Vwwww, Matt here still going at it. The walking with the paradox is absolutely amazing from Luke, but can he hold that? Actually, Matt is a very good camper. Not sure he can do that. The War Factory is still down here for Path, but he seems to be winning that fight. He's gonna chase Soloz all the way back here with the rhinos. And the power drop from Luke. The power drop from Path taking out the War Factory. The miners did not get to it in time.
Our ally is under attack.
And Matt still playing on his own here. He's still not microing his miner and camping. But Soloz gets absolutely doubled to all heaven here. There is absolutely little support from Matt here. He's only now sending his Rocketeers down to its path. But Soloz is truly out of the game here. He only has a War Factory, a barracks remaining. And that's the only thing that he can contribute. He does have a couple of flak though. So Path and Luke are looking to get him out of the game totally. So Luke and Matt still holding up along the top. Still playing each other out, feeling each other's hoo-ha.
Beacon detected.
Here you go, here comes a double. Matt looks to have a defensive setup here on the right side with the paradrops and the pillboxes and Rocketeers on the left side though. He is being distracted and pulled away. The GIs do go down. The pillboxes are next. Luke not looking to put his IPs right in the front here, nor his Rocketeers.
Our ally is under attack.
I feel like Path should have taken out Soloz properly here. The Tesla Troopers are annoying, especially in this kind of situation, but it is most likely a 2v1 here with some minor annoyance from Soloz down towards the bottom.
Our ally is under attack.
There you go, the MCV goes down for Matt. Luke is just holding out here, letting Path do all the damage. MCV goes down. The 3 miners down towards the bottom is the only ones remaining. AFC is getting hit here.
Our ally is under attack.
And the final bits of the Grizzlies from Matt goes down. Down goes the one right here as well. And down they go. That's 2-0. 2-0 to Steve, Luke, and Path. Soloz and Vwwww getting battered. Absolutely battered. Start of this game here. All due to the game here. If you're wondering why I always pause before I talk, it's because of the YouTube edit. Specifically planned this out. So on to the third game here on Stronghold. Looks like Path finally swaps up to Soviet. We've got Soloz top left ready to rock. Soloz bottom left is a purple American Matt. Bottom right, green Iraq. Path and top right, orange American Luke. So left is right here. Gotta take your oils. There has been, I think was it Soloz and Vwwww or Soloz and Matt or Gene and Netflix that actually played this map. and not take their oils because I actually forgot them. Nah, they just get timed out from chat, so they can't talk anything for like 300 seconds. So if you don't like someone, you don't like them talking in chat, just use it. Yeah, so the plan from Matt there is saying just to drone the Soviet and then hold off. Thank you, legend. You're laughing at yourself for not getting through to the tournament?
Beacon detected.
It is about the disrespect, 100%. So Luke is gonna go AFC after that first War Factory. Half a Soviet player.
Beacon detected.
Does go 0. Interesting, and we see Matt actually being aggressive here. Ooh, that is nasty, but I don't think that's enough though.
Our ally is under attack.
The drone from Pav going to his top left miner and then trying to follow it up with the Rocketeers. Unfortunately, the Rocketeers don't do that much damage to the miner. But it looks like Matt and Soloz are trying to be a little bit more aggressive. Both going 0. Yeah, both going 0 and both just trying to push in here. Rocketeers from Matt going to his bottom right. No flag available for Pav yet. But he does make one eventually. Soloz there against Luke. The pushing power of the Soviets are absolutely something to behold of. So Luke is gonna have to be worried here, even though he is even on tanked with Soloz. He has to somehow flip it to his advantage using the power drops and the Harris and the Rocketeers to sort of swat and slow down the pushing power of the Soviet. He does have this building to his advantage with that power drop. Just as you see there, yeah, he goes out immediately with the building, with the garrison, but this was something to behold here. Luke doing what a true ally player does best, walking with his power drops and then planting his grizzlies right next to it. That'll deal with any fodder or anything else. Looks like Pav is losing his War Factory. War Factory goes down, the new ref goes up right before it goes down though. So how are they gonna hold up here? Left versus right. Luke, he had an advantage here, but Soloz put in his miners to deal with those GIs. That's gonna push Luke all the way back to his own base. Pav now without a War Factory. That's gonna be huge for him. Matt tried to take out the flag with his area, but to no avail. Luke from top right to bottom left here with the Rocketeers, trying to help out his teammate a little bit. Soloz gonna chase with his flag. This is getting a little bit too tense here, boys. A little bit too tense. So they are playing a little bit more methodically here. But I feel like the plan from Matt is not to do any damage, but rather to sort of put a pressure on Pav and on Luke, but sort of let them expand out and let them draw their resources and funds and force a mistake somewhere here. Deso comes out here out of Pav, and look at Luke's miners. They're so far away here. He needs a miner right in front of his barracks to get those gems right front. Pav and Matt trying to go at it here. So Matt's trying to pull back. I'm not too sure what to do. There's a power drop coming into his bottom left from Luke. The Rocketeers from top right also goes bottom left. Oh, that ref is going down immediately. If Luke realizes his power drop is right there. Yeah, it looks like Matt and Soloz are not actually pushing in any to do any damage. They're just pushing into potential pressure, which is a really good idea because they're obviously not familiar with the map here. Soloz is gonna take the fight to Luke. Luke tried to take the fight, but he's not gonna win that at all. Pav now, all the way to his bottom right. He's gonna go to his top left to help his teammate. But realistically, in this situation, when it's left versus right, you need to move up and help your teammate and outnumber him. But that's looking to be impossible. Luke wins his fight anyway against Soloz. So he does put Soloz back all the way to his own base. Meanwhile, the Rocketeers from Matt towards Luke's base. Takes out the War Factory and the EFC. MCV does get sold by Luke, so he does not have any means of production. The flag from Pav there should have been pinged. Should have still been pinged now. Pav, the flag. Still to no avail. The power drop finally gets sniffed out here. And after Matt sells his MCV, the ref and the AFC goes down. No more Rocketeers from Matt either. So all players now without an MCV except for Soloz. And Pav now coming out with the drones. He's outnumbered, he's out-tanked, he needs those drones to help him. Luke, his only means of production is at barracks. He does not have any war factories, and he does have 2 Rocketeers in the back of his base. At the back of his base. But look at the amount of units that Matt has here. Even though he does not have a AFC and AFC remaining, he does still have a lot of units. Down goes the war factory and the refinery and the miner on it. So again, just being a little bit cautious here. I don't think he wants to push in without his teammates. Is there any building stop right from Pav? No, he's not. The last building is that sentry gun. Pav goes down. And team right side goes down. Soloz and Vwwww and Matt getting the first game on the board. 2-1. That was huge. Absolutely calculated play here from Matt. Haven't is the next pick. He was calm. He was like, yeah, just put on the pressure and don't push until we need to. Absolutely huge. All right, let's go cabins. We're going back to back here. Absolutely no time wasted. So cabins of Siberia. After Soloz and Matt coming up from that first win to put themselves on the board. Top left we have Matt, Red America. Bottom left, Pav, Purple, Soviet. Bottom right, Soloz, Blue, Iraq. And top right, Luke, Green, America. So we do have a corners game here. Similar layout to the Tour of Egypt game, toe game. It's Stronghold. Stronghold. So corners game here, AVA up the top, SVS down bottom, then an SVA down the left and right channels. Matt saying that he's predicting that bottom left will go 0 to him. Soloz going 0. And Matt telling Soloz to keep pressing on him. So similar strat to what they did on, what the fuck was that last match? Stronghold, yes. So similar strat to Stronghold here. Just keep out the pressure and not really do any damage, but rather wait for your teammates. Someone else to do the damage here. Excuse me. So top right, obviously Luke gonna rush that AFC. So doing some damage onto Soloz's war factory there, but to no avail. The rockets meeting to a spot, go towards top left. Get Patriot missile out there. At a range that he covers the entire base, but it does consume quite a bit of power. And Pav there going 0, sending a couple rhinos up towards Matt. He does have a war factory, but he does not have much in terms of units. 3 versus 2. 3 grizzlies on 2 rhinos, you win that for sure. And Luke comes in here with the Rocketeers towards the power plant. That's good to help your teammates. Soloz pulling back, even though the Rocketeers are air units and the rhinos can't hit the Rocketeers. But what it actually does is pulls the Soloz back just to help Pav, give him space to breathe. I can't, unfortunately I can't give them any colors because it's hard to it'll colors dictate spawns. So I want the spawn scene to be random at all times. So path all the way from bottom left here, going to its top left, bottom right. Solo trying to make a push on path as well, since he is splitting. Luke should be pushing in here, but he seems to be going a little bit late. He is using his Rocketeers to help defend though, but the flag is there from Soloz. The double there was not meant to be. All the Rocketeers go down here from Luke, giving an elite para drop.
Our ally is under attack.
So Soloz all the way from bottom right, still putting pressure on path here down to his bottom left. He did split up to, he still split up to hit Matt all the way from top left here. But Luke from top right still holding on strong here. He needs to expand towards that cliff there. And Pat pulling back his split to defend. So they tried to double there, but the timing wasn't there. And they're gonna try to double again here, Path, but Soloz is right there. Can't really pull back just yet. MCBs are still there, nothing being sold off yet. Again, past splitting here. I'm not sure whether that's the best thing for him to do. Soloz is right at his doorstep, but he's still taking the fight to him. The timing is definitely better now from Luke. He is gonna go in and hit those miners when Path is splitting. Matt commits all of his tanks down towards the miner there. And Path selling his MCV, he can hit the miners out there by good micro out of Matt to pull the miners away to the other refinery. So MCV sold from Path and Matt. Luke sold his MCV as well. Unfortunately, didn't get a refinery dump on that cliff. But he is in trouble here. Seems to be in trouble. Matt is gonna camp once again. Path committing all of his rhinos towards Matt here, but Soloz is right at his doorstep. Excuse me. The drones do hit it, but I think the war factory is gonna go down here. Meanwhile, getting doubled here, Matt. The miner gets microed away. And the war factory does not go down to the drones. Luke pulling back here. Matt needs to split up his army, but he's choosing to keep it together. And Soloz now going vertically up to his top right. Luke immediately pulling back to deal with it. He does move his speed to his bottom right here, and Soloz committing a few more rhinos towards the attack. And obviously the double is not happening now, but the pressure has been put upon him by Path and Luke on the double. Luke now just has to be wary of the push from Matt down horizontally towards his base. Oh, Soloz taking the fight towards Luke there. MCV fodder, and Luke doesn't win that fight. Oh my god. The power drop out of Matt here to defend from Path. That was absolutely atrocious and absolutely poggers from Soloz there to unpack his MCV as fodder. And now Luke does not have a war factory. I think the Rocketeers from Matt actually took his war factory out, so he only has a couple of GIs left and 3k in the back. So it's all down to Soloz and Path here down on the bottom. But Matt's gonna follow slowly in behind. The Rocketeers will deal with the GIs. It looks like a win for Team Soloz and V-Dubs here. Path does take out a war factory, however, but he is gonna get backdoored from Matt. So the only punching power here that they have will go down. And there you go. 2-all. Oh, Soloz took out Luke's war factory, right? Didn't see that. I'm just thinking whether Soloz and whether Luke and Path should stick to that double allied and just try to see if that will help them in the journey here, because it did work for the first 2 games. Okay, Legend, listen up. So top left we have blue, Matt Blue America. Top right is teal, rock, Path. Bottom right is Luke Yellow America. Bottom left Soloz purple, Iraq. So left is right here. We're gonna see many miners. We're gonna see quite a longer game here. No rushes, no funny stuff. And probably lots of anti-scouts on the way as well. So Legend, you got that? Left is right? You got that, Legend? You got enough brain cells for that? I heard you lost some. But yeah, that game, that previous game was absolutely nuts.
Go in your room.
Oh yeah, Max, sorry.
Go.
Timeout, Marco 300, there you go. Yeah, so probably 2 or 3 minus each from its play here. I believe the last Jungle of Vietnam TV2 game I saw was when Marco and Tim played against Ed and Matt. I think Marco immediately rushed for tech and immediately went for a naval yard dread, which helped in the late game, but that dread was sitting in the water for a couple seconds there. But I don't think Looking Path are gonna do that particular strat. If they did, they would have seen the radar immediately. Drone does go down there. Path tries to repair his drone. Didn't really work out. Okay, a lot of miners here from all places, from all sides. But Luke is the first one to transition to Grizzlies. So there's about 4 or 5 miners now for Luke. 5 for Luke, 6 for Path. So we've got 6 for Matt as well, and 5 from Soloz.
Beacon detected.
So more and more beacons here. They're desperately trying to get the drone to work here, Path and Luke. You know how devastating those drones are. Unfortunately, the drones do go down. The landscaping here, so early game pressure, just try to throw each other up, slow each other down. So rockets from Luke all the way from bottom right, trying to hit the, I thought he hit that power plant there, trying to put them on low power. Oh, good micro out of Luke. Absolutely amazing micro out of Luke there. So Matt is losing 1 too many Rocketeers. So out comes a lab from Path. It's either gonna be an IC or a Dread or both. Or a Kirov. Or a Kirov. So in comes Matt here with the first engagement there. Naval Yard does go down anyway. So Matt is gonna have to put a counter Naval Yard down. We should expect a Sea Scorpion out first. Yeah, that's amazing, that anti-air. So that's out of range from anyone. And then I believe a Squid should be next here just to counter the Destroyer coming out. Solo trying to put some pressure onto Luke here down bottom right. Why is there lagging? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Little lag coming through. There you go. So Destroyer comes out. And oh, Path goes for a Dread instead of a Squid or a Sub. That's absolutely brutal. And now the double coming in here onto Luke. Matt coming from top left and Soloz down towards the bottom. Soloz losing his fight down the bottom here, but Path coming to help. The Dread is trying to do his damage there. Kirov comes out from Path, and then I see, unfortunately, the Dread still can shoot, even though it was even though it's being squidded right now.
Ally is under attack.
But the drag goes down. The only damage done there is a refinery down bottom. So we've got Luke up on lab tech now. Beat up some Matt. Collating is 1. The ping goes out there, try to go for him. But Luke is here as well with his Mirages. Unfortunately, that's not enough there. They're out tank so hugely here. They're gonna turn around and go on to Luke now. That was absolutely amazing chemistry from both players, huh? They can now split up. I don't think Soloz is gonna win that fight, but he actually does get popped anyway from Path. He's gonna chase out Matt with it. Unfortunately, he did. I see a couple of his own rhinos there. The Death should be popped right now. Paf's miner just getting hit. Paf absolutely saving him and his teammate there with that. I see Elite coming out as well. Unfortunately, Elite dies as often as it goes up. The drones are out now from Paf as well. But Matt's still making a move here. Taking out 1 or 2 miners with a cheeky little split down towards the top middle section. Another Rocketeer trying to get that bunker out of the way. Matt and Soloz looking to combine once again. A couple of Rhinos, a couple of Grizzlies will go down to the Rocketeers here. And the Kirov! The Kirov! No one expects the Kirov! There he goes! One more factory down! Paf, keep going, keep going! The NCB does go down from Matt, so I totally forget about that fucking Kirov, dude. The nuke is out as well from Paf. Double war factory goes down, refinery goes down. Luke's still holding on here. Solo's pulling back. Get that barracks out of the way, son. And that AFC, the Elite Kirov comes out from Paf. Oh my god. It absolutely takes out everything there. It takes out the war factory and the barracks. So Matt has no means of production here. But what does it mean for Paf? Will he get any significant damage out here? He is out tanked. The IC does get popped. Matt predicts it well and pulls back immediately. Luke holding off here. Matt telling Solo to finish down bottom right. But he's gonna pull back instead here. The Dread, another Dread comes out here for Paf. He's gonna try and take out that naval yard. But Solo still doing some damage there. Luke immediately stopping his mirages so they'll be concealed. But Soloz does have a considerable number of Rhinos. Matt and Soloz have a lot of units on the field. Even though that Kirov was absolutely devastating, it looks like they are losing this fight here. Look at the number of units that they have on the field. Soloz has an IC as well. The Rocketeers are there as well. So even though Paf got an amazing Kirov out, he looks like he will still lose his fight there. No Rhinos left on the field, no war factory. And Luke as well going down to Matt here, so a little bit of a split. Matt going to his bottom right and Solo's going to his top right there. Paf's only chance here is if he can take down all of the Matt's buildings before he can go down. But there's absolutely no more units left on the field or on the ground for team right side here. I don't think they can force a stalemate either. There you go. Paf goes down. Luke goes down. And imagine getting the Elite Kirov out, but still losing. What a crazy game with that Kirov's 3-2. So this game out here, and look at the faction plays that we're seeing here in this game. Absolutely a little bit of some bullshittery here. So let me get the teams out of the way. Top left is a teal Iraq Matt. Bottom left is a yellow American Soloz. Top right you have a Korean red Paf, and bottom right as always blue American Luke. So left is right here. Solo's going Iraq, and Solo's going America and Matt going Iraq. That's the first step we're seeing here, which is a little bit weird to say actually. Don't get me wrong, Matt can play Soviet, but his best faction is Allied. But what I'm more intrigued here is a double Allied on Dorado descent. So a little bit more orangey Dorado here. So Paf immediately going 0. Rocketers coming out immediately. Being the Soviet player, Matt should have a flat cannon up and ready to go. We've seen him done it a couple times before. There's that Eagle. We've seen him done it a couple times before as ally, getting a Patriot missile up and ready before it for anything goes up actually. So the power plant from Matt is being built on bottom left. Out comes that cannon as well. Luke now putting under pressure, both going 0. So that flat cannon is out of range there. Soloz getting a little bit doubled now. He does not win his fight. Absolutely devastating there. Soloz getting hammered in. That War Factory is definitely gonna go down here. So Luke is gonna die for it. Double Eagles coming out now. It's gonna hit that IV as well. Unfortunately, there's no Rocketeers out from Luke at the moment. Anything from Matt going to his top right? Nada. And look at the amount of money Soloz spent to defend. Pillbox's War Factory goes down as well. That's gonna cancel his miner. So 2 miners left on the field and he is broke. That's absolutely damage done there, and now Luke can keep putting under pressure here from bottom right. Matt finally has a couple rhinos on the field. He's gonna start making some moves. Soloz sending his Rocketeers all the way to his top right.
Ally is under attack.
Luke gonna get rid of that War Factory once again. There's no refinery here. Soloz is absolutely on his last breath. Matt coming in now.
Our ally is under
Path
attack.
is looking to go down. Soloz gonna change his direction here. Go to his bottom right. There is a paradrap. Matt's rhinos go down, but the elite Ivy top left gets rid of their War Factory before everything goes down. Soloz totally out of the game here. And Luke now getting double with the Rocketeers, the right side. Getting a flag, an IV from bottom right going to his bottom left there. And Soloz can only make GIs now. There's no AFC remaining. Luke gonna pressure up on Matt here with a couple of Grizzlies on his miner. So the double onto Path that not really effective. But the early game pressure here from Luke and Path is absolutely devastating here. Absolutely fucking devastating. Paradrap from Luke, top left hidden. And the miners does get hit, but does not go down. What's that service depot down bottom right? Out of all buildings to play the service depot. So Soloz obviously broke, he can't do much. It is a 2v1 here. No miners as, oh, he does have a couple miners as fodder, but he's not using them. MCV does get sold. And it looks like Luke is gonna move his MCV all the way to the right gold patch as well. Soloz does still have a couple Rocketeers here. And Luke's Rocketeer is gonna go and hit that War Factory. 2 of them remaining. They're forced to go with drones here, Matt. Path has to worry about a couple of rhinos coming in towards him. Does get pinged. Prism Tower comes out. GIs do get deployed and the Eagles do go down, but this looks like a win for team right side here.
Player defeated.
Matt finally goes down after his last War Factory go down. Soloz quits out as well. And in a quick turnaround there, 3-all, Luke and Path. After losing 3 in a row, the double allied seems to be working here. And go. Go. Double allied on Snow Patrol, South Pacific. Double allied on South Pacific here, left is right. Top left will be Red American Matt, bottom left Blue Rocky Soloz, top right. Double allied on the right side here, Korean Orange Path, and bottom right American Green Luke or Sandstorm or S4. I call him Luke because it's a lot easier than saying Sandstorm or Sand. I do have a speech impediment. Alright, so double allied here on the right side. What will they do? Path is merely saying he's going air, and it's going navy here. So Path is one of those players that's it's a little bit unconventional. He will pull out a trick or two out of his arsenal, and he will more often than not actually pay out for it. So Matt, they're going AFC first, so that's Path, but Path goes navy to try and take all that oil. There should be the destroyer coming to screen now, top right. Gonna go for that oil, along with an eagle coming along with it. I don't think Path will get that eagle down. Get the all out of the way, sorry, but if the eagle actually followed up with it, with the Rocketeers, could have gotten it there. So Path still without a war factory. Matt's not repairing his oil there. Okay, there you go. He's finally repairing it.
Beacon detected.
I think that ping was actually supposed to be on the land, but Luke pinged it somewhere else. But they're getting here on the double here. Path obviously without a war factory. Luke is gonna have to hold up solo here. Hold up solo. Path does have a couple rockets to help. The paradrop does get put down in the middle. I don't know whether this strat is gonna work out here for Luke and Path, especially for Path here. He still goes for a... Oh, sorry, that's Luke's. Still a without a war factory here. Soloz with the Soviet punching power that's absolutely real. But he's gonna pull back anyway. The destroyer is still gonna hit that all out of the way. I believe that all is gonna go down now. But unfortunately that destroyer is low on health, so Path doesn't want to commit to another one. He did sell his naval yard. Finally a war factory comes out, so he can commit to Grizzlies here. Soloz trying to push him down to his bottom right. And since we're winning here, Path pulling out his Rocketeers. He should have been pulling out there. Soloz still keeping on the pressure onto Luke to his bottom right. That destroyer is still trying to hit on things, but it's not gonna work out here. Soloz needs to deploy his MTV and get a barracks, a refinery. Barracks or refinery down there. Double power drop from Matt. Fortunately, one doesn't go down before it gets deployed. Path now, a couple of Grizzlies. He can defend his own stuff here, but a lack of anti-air. The eagle does go down.
Our ally is under attack.
Again, that destroyer is there. Matt now on lab tech. Soloz still hasn't deployed his MCV. He can't find the space to deploy it. What? There you go. He finally deploys it. So Matt and Soloz here. Clearly the plan is to dominate middle and keep their opponent out from their base. I don't think Luke and Path has been in the left half of the map besides naval and air. But obviously R2 is one with tanks. Elite coming out here.
Beacon detected.
It's gonna be huge. Actually that elite is actually pretty huge here, so that's gonna deny any Rocketeers from going over the water. And look at that Path immediately going around the bend here. He sees an opportunity, he's gonna take it. The elite ages coming out here. It's gonna go down anyway. But what damage can Path do here? Not much damage. He keeps away an elite Mirage here. This does give an opportunity for Luke to push in as well. He's gonna use the clip to an absolutely devastating advantage here. He's gonna win this fight as well against the Soviets. Double paradrop on top left. But what do they have remaining here? No MCV out from Path. He does have a lab out with Dolphins. And Luke now still doing some damage on bottom left, but the sentry gun there is gonna clean them up. Here comes Matt now with his Mirages down to his bottom right, where Luke is with absolutely 0 units and 0 economy. Because he wasn't able to get a refinery up and running in the middle with those gems. That's definitely another commitment to Dolphins there from Path. He needed to commit a lot more to Mirages himself or Grizzlies. But looks like Luke is gonna go down here. His MCV is gonna go down. He does not have a war factory or any FC. The barracks is gonna go down next. Path goes out with an aircraft carrier. I believe that is out of range. Excuse me. I believe that is out of range from any rhinos there. Yeah, there we are. So power drop out of Luke here. It's gonna go for that lab. But Matt's still making a move here. It does sell the war factory. So Path is looking to play for a stalemate here. He's gonna use the aircraft carriers and the Dolphins to sort of probably base trade one of them out. So Matt and Soloz to get their own navy. And Soloz are getting a naval yard out.
Is under attack.
But Path has been defeated anyway, seeing that Soloz does have a navy. And down they go. 4-2 here for Soloz and Mats. Okay, still with that double allied here. Luke and Path, Korea and America. So we're on code to speak. On the left here is a teal Iraq Soloz on the top. Path? Yep. Camp with flag cannon for a few minutes and then we kill them. So on the left here, there is a Soloz teal Iraq on the top here. Sorry, Path Korea blue on the right side is Luke orange America, and right at the bottom American green Matt or Soloz or V-dubs. VDUBS, V-dubs as in W-dubs. Oh, my sinuses are acting up at the worst timing here. So, Matt saying that to camp with a flag cannon just a couple minutes until they exhaust all their resources and then we kill them. Interesting strats. Let's see what it works out, Cotton. So Path immediately going air. So Matt seems to be the one with the brains here. Not saying that Soloz doesn't have any brains, but you get what I mean. So Luke not committing to air. He's gonna go Grizzlies down and get that power out of the way. Obviously, Path is gonna commit to air. So if Soloz actually camps with flag cannons for a bit, it'll work. Soloz going horizontally all the way into Luke's base now. Flag cannon does get deployed and it is unfortunately in range. So Path gonna throw away all of his Rocketeers there. That is not good from Path. So your flag cannon placement absolutely crucial to cover the entire base, especially early game here in the 2v2. So Path immediately going for that war factory and then selling. Interesting. So he does have 2 reps there to swap over to the other side. The Rocketeers are being spread out here. Really going towards the bottom. Path's gonna hit that refinery with that Rocketeer, and IV does get made though immediately. So that's now heading into its path. Luke is still holding off against Matt here. Oh, the Eagles.
Our ally
That's
is under
huge.
attack.
That's a huge dodge there from Soloz to get the Eagles out of the way. Matt saying that he'll go mass air pretty soon. Obviously Luke doesn't have any anti-air. Soloz saying he's gonna chill. So this is really good communication coming in here for Soloz and Matt. Uh-oh.
Detected.
There you go, here comes the split here. In a split second. Luke is gonna commit to it, Soloz here, and then Matt is gonna commit to Soloz, Luke's base. Luke does have his MCV to a stop right. Path is not gonna go all the way to the bottom to pull Matt's back. Luke does have his Rocketeers here, but the double onto Matt is not happening. Can Matt get a lot of damage done before they can go out? There is no building soldier from left. He's down to Soloz here to pull back. He chooses to go into Matt's base to defend. Unfortunately, it's not gonna do much here. MCB does go down for Luke. And the damage has been done actually on Matt. He's still getting Rocketeers though. But Luke, the damage onto Luke here is the one that is pretty worrying here. Luke is completely out of the game and Path is gonna quit as well. So in a quick, very quick turn of events there. Luke from right side going to his left, and then Matt from bottom going to his right where Luke is, and then Path going down to his Matt to pull Matt back and defend his own base, but that didn't work out because Soloz was there from left side to go down and defend defend Matt really well. There's a good chemistry out of Soloz and Matt there, and very good communication. Wait for my screen to turn. 3, 2, 1. Oh, perfect. Okay, double allied Montana still going on here. Double allied against his double self. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! 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 Oh no! 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 This will either be absolutely amazing or absolutely dreadful. So just for a prediction here, it is a left, it's right. So I believe it's Matt along the top, so it's on the bottom, Luke at top, and then Path down the bottom here on the right side. So prediction, what's gonna happen here is that again, Luke and Path are gonna try and rush. Left side, Soloz and Matt are gonna camp with flat cannons and flat tracks and probably win out the game. So the strats here from team right side has to be something different. They can't keep going with the rush
detected.
and then expect something else to happen here. Looks like Path is gonna do absolutely that. Rocketeers are being made out immediately. I'm expecting a flat track or a flat cannon to come up here. There you go. There's a flat cannon from Soloz and a flat cannon from Matt. The NCV is absolutely free though. So if Luke can actually keep out the pressure onto the MCV here, he might be able to get something down. So Path committing without the War Factory. If they can do a double here, the flat cannon is out of range. The Eagle takes out a flat track. Their finding will be going down here. It does get sold and just get made on the jam patch instead. So one jam patch to another. But Soloz now going on one miner. It's gonna keep out the pressure with the rhinos there onto Luke's miner. He needs to micro that away. He does. Another refinery comes up. And that's good out of Soloz there just to pull, and it doesn't do any damage, which is fine. The main thing it does is it does pull Luke back from putting on the pressure onto Matt. It pulls Luke back, gives Matt a lot more time to breathe.
Beacon detected.
A lot more chance for him to survive there. So another refinery getting hit. No flat cannon for Matt here along the top. On the bottom, Soloz still putting on the pressure. He can do absolutely a lot of damage. The refinery does go down. Path needs to do something about this push here. Pillboxes do come out, but Luke is gonna hit Matt's only miner. Sorry, he does have 2 more miners. Let's see that. So one of Matt's miners does go down. So again, not much damage done, but the main point of your pushes and your retreats here is to pull your teammate back. Pull your opponent that's attacking your teammate back.
Our ally is under attack.
Again here, Pat being absolutely devastating with the air. The Eagle's gonna hit the flak track and it does go down. The refinery it's again gonna get sold here. Matt's eco is surviving, but it's not gonna survive that for that long. Soloz's economy though should be absolutely booming here. His refs and miners hasn't been touched yet. But Luke now with a good number of Grizzlies. And the Rocketeers again from Path here going to his top left. Getting another refinery from Matt here. Soloz has to go down bottom right here, but he's still dilly-dallying in bed. He should be moving his rhinos. There's absolutely no flak or no flak cannon out from Soloz either. He didn't make, he's committing to flak cannons instead of flak tracks. So you're seeing one of the disadvantages here. And obviously Matt, having his MCB so far away, he can only place his flak cannons in around his MCV. So Soloz is limited in of himself. So finally he commits to flak tracks with a little bit more mobility there, but less of the flak power. Matt finally commits to flak tracks himself, and the air has been absolutely devastating here from both teams, especially from Path here. So definitely a change up in strat here. Path and Steve, Path and Luke, sorry, still going on with the rushes. But they're throwing in an elements of calm and collectiveness. Instead of just waiting for the right time to go here. That's an absolutely devastating amount of GIs there from
Ally
Luke.
is under attack.
Matt definitely can't push up against this. Once those GIs deploy, sentry guns are gonna melt here.
Our ally
That
is
Warfighter is
under
gonna go
attack.
down next. And in comes Pavel on the bottom here. His first target is those miners. Does get one out of the way and pull back before those rhinos come in. Unfortunately does cap the tail end over to the grizzlies there. A path just regroups here by these two Rocketeers and the two Eagles have been absolutely doing everything here. So much damage done, and Matt's eco should be going down in a minute here. Both gem patches devastatingly dry, and his gold patch is dry as well. Pap just hiding behind his pillboxes there, and then finally finding a time to strike. He does have the miner as fodder if he needs to pull it. He does not. He's gonna pull Soloz all the way back.
Our ally is under
All
attack.
the way back to his own base.
Our ally is under attack.
And now Luke is going to join the party as well to double onto Soloz. He does pull back though. Rocketeers does go
Our
down
ally is under
to that garrison from I don't know who that was actually. That was something that took out that so I didn't see who it was. But the push onto Pav there, Pav just retreats, or he got taken out. I didn't see what happened there. So again, look at Matt's miners here. They're AFK because it's so far away. He's forced to sell that MCV, pulling his miners in as fodder now. So Soloz and Matt has barely been on the other side of the map here. If you look top right, it's absolutely clean. Matt has not made his way over the bridge. Another minor fodder is gonna come in here for Matt. It does go down. Luke obviously having that lab out now. The Mirages will be devastating for sure. And by the way it's controlling it, looks like its Mirages are on a different control group. Fuck am I saying? I think the only thing Path needs to do here is keep the pressure up
Our
onto
ally is under attack.
Marco. Keep the pressure up onto Soloz here. Don't allow him
Our ally
to
is under attack.
move to his other base, to his opponent's to his allies base, sorry, and defend him. And down finally Matt goes.
Player defeated.
Soloz quits out as well. Boom, Luke pulling it out the bag there, 5-4. Desert Island is up next. After that amazing show from Luke and Pav there on Montana. So top left we have a green rock Soloz. Bottom left red American Matt. Top right yellow Korean Pav, and bottom right purple American Luke. So left is right here. It's gonna be in favor of whoever it might be. But we're gonna see many minus. It's gonna be a bit of a longer game. As per the what was the other game that was played? Left is right. Jungle game, yeah. So let's see how we get on down here. So immediately air comes out for Path. I'm wondering whether Luke and Path will go with the same strat here. I think Luke will probably move to his middle. He's been known to do that quite a bit for his teammates. So immediately Rocketeers and Eagles coming out from Path on top right. On a map like that's an island where they're so secluded into his own base. Yeah, like that. So a flat cannon for Soloz there is gonna be good for him. It covers the entirety of his range, but for this MCV here, it does not cover it. So out comes a flat cannon now from Soloz onto Matt. Let's get the power down anyway. And Luke can push in here. He did go 0 here. He's gonna push in on the miners here. So in a game where Soloz and Matt would like to go multiple miners, Luke is gonna push in here 0. The War Factory is absolutely gonna go down here. That's gonna slow Matt down a lot. Soloz is gonna pull one run down to his bottom left. The 2 flags here from Soloz is top right here, just to give a little bit of damage onto the Eagles actually when they immediately go out. Sentry gun as well from Soloz here. So Luke gonna dive in straight for the MCV. Matt is gonna go AFC for the Rocketeers, but the MCV I think is gonna go down here. Luke, good targeting there with his Grizzly. The MCV absolutely goes down. That is devastating there for Matt. Luke coming up with a huge pusher with support from Path to get rid of his MCV and War Factory. So Matt is only limited to his Rocketeers now, and now Path pulling out a War Factory and then can commit to some Grizzlies here. So if I was Luke, I would get rid of that AFC ASAP. You don't want to deal with any of the Harriers or the Rocketeers. I can see here Matt committing to Rocketeers. This is not a starting spot. This is random, and the match left is right. So Luke and Path can definitely just chill here and let them play it out, because obviously the longer the game goes, the better it is for them. But one thing's definitely for sure, you need to get rid of that AFC immediately. So I think that's what Luke is going to do. Soloz making a move towards the bottom right here. Path should be noticing this and pushing in onto Soloz. Backdoor City, just how the game usually goes for 2v2s. So Luke not committing a lot to in terms of tanks here. Which is why he's choosing for, he's leaving his base to die here. Yeah, he's absolutely leaving his base to die. He's gonna get some damage off onto Soloz before anything happens. He's gonna get the War Factory out. Matt needs to defend his teammate here. And I think Path got rid of that AFC. Luke is gonna get rid of both War Factories here. It's pretty huge. But in comes Soloz now to top right. This is worrying actually for Path and Luke. They seem to let the foot off the gas there. And the AFC from Path goes down. Rocketeers from Luke is desperately trying to defend here, but look at the amount of Rocketeers that Matt has. Path's MCV is gonna go down, no AFC for him. Elite Rhino coming out, and the Rocketeers will just clean up down on the bottom right. This looks to be a throw here from Luke and Path after getting Matt's MCV and War Factory out of the way. Yay. Needs to get the IFVs down ASAP here, Path. And Solo's rebuilding his... Oh no, rebuilding his AFC there. I think Matt is gonna mine for Soloz here. Oh my god, what a throw from Luke and Path. After some excellent early game pressure there, they just kind of let it die at the foot of the gas. And under commitment of tanks there from Luke. I said it. You need to get it AFC out immediately. And now it's 6-4. So one more match, one more point to it. Soloz and Matt, and it'll be match point for them, or tournament point actually. I'm gonna call it tournament point. Luke and Path need to get something out of the bag here. Their strats have been working out, but that previous desert game was an absolute throw by them. But previously on Montana, where it worked absolutely perfectly to a T. So they might do something similar here. So Luke and Path definitely on voice. Which is why I saw Path say yes to her when nothing was being beaconed or said. Hold on, chat. Sorry, I had to lock my door. Oh, we're back. So Pap is gonna go air. Obviously, as a career player. So he's gonna come into that warfight a little bit later. Let's see what damage they can do next here. Looks like Matt is gonna come into air as well to push away that push, no, that rush from Path. So Soloz is committing to 0 as well. Matt is committing to a double war factory.
Our ally is under attack.
So again, a lack of anti-air here. Ooh, it's gonna be a little bit harsh there. Path losing 1 rocketeer. He's gonna chase that Path. I'm gonna chase that Path. What? Okay, so let's committing to a 0 here. Oh no, he committed 1 miner. Then it's gonna try and push. Drop from Matt going to his bottom right on the back. That 3 Eagles do get that AFC out, which is why Matt rebuilt it back in his own base. To repair your AFC Path. And there you go, Luke. Just be careful now. Soloz is pushing in, trying to get a paradrop out of the way. Double paradrops. It's honestly hard and annoying, especially on Rich Revenge. He does get the paradrop down. That paradrop is also a crucial expansion point there for Luke. Getting the top half of the eco out of the way. Rocketeers from Matt going to his bottom right here. Into the oil of Path. Again, we're seeing a lack of anti-air. No flag cannons, no Patriot missiles out for the right team again. So that's something they've not been utilizing. One thing Luke could definitely utilize here is the use of his paradrops on the cliff. If you can get a paradrop on that cliff, that'll deny this entire area from going in, because you don't want your units to get hit for a lot of chip damage. Similar to Matt here, he can place a paradrop on this cliff here if he deploys it well. So Luke is gonna come in here. He does take out 1 miner and takes out the rest of the Grizzly along with it. Along with that IV, he can absolutely take another miner here. Meanwhile, Soloz is still absolutely busy up top. Sorry, this is Path that's actually attacking here. Oh, Luke, he's getting 2 miners out of the way. 1 more miner is gonna go down here. He does get microed away. Path could have escaped down onto bottom here to get another bit of the miners down, and Soloz is forced to pull back to help his teammate there. That's a really good push from Path there, taking out 2 miners. But Luke now has to be careful here, grouping up stands together. Soloz with a huge number of rhinos there. Defensive paradrop from Matt as well, down on bottom left. Luke is gonna move his MCV down the right side here, expecting a refinery to be placed down on top right pretty soon. Yeah, he's just pulling back his paradrops there in the range of that cannon, that Patriot missile. Luke needs to place a couple of GIs on this cliff there, just to help him with the push. And push Soloz back. So Matt is gonna move his MCV down in the middle here. Luke is gonna walk with his paradrop. He needs to deploy them. Path is gonna join the fight as well. Matt immediately responds by bringing his own rocketeers in as well. Luke is gonna retreat there. He can't take that fight at all without his paradrops. This is what I'm talking about here. If Luke probably plants a couple of GIs on this cliff, Soloz wouldn't be able to use this sort of alleyway to get to his Luke. He's gonna have to go around. And if he places another defensive paradrop here, it sort of corners him to only going this way. Even when he goes this way, he'll still get hit by a couple of GIs on the cliff here. So he'll have to brute force his way along the top, and he can't go on the bottom because obviously the cliff is right there. He's gonna have to go around it, which means more damage onto him. Look at that. So they're replacing the Patriot missile with a flat cannon instead because flats are obviously better against Rocketeers than Patriot missiles are. Luke trying to go to his top left here. Gonna get one miner out the way. Can't get the second one, but he's gonna use a cliff there to his advantage. He does get a couple runs out of the way, but he's gonna commit to it. Waiting for his GI to come in as defense. And he does that really well there, Luke, immediately turning around. He's gonna try and do some damage onto the rhinos here. Imagine if Luke had that second paradrop. Look at now, Matt trying to push in here. He does have a couple Rocketeers. There's 3 IVs available for Matt here. Pav tries to sneak around the middle here. Luke again using his paradrops to huge devastating effects. Matt and Pav are going at it. Matt doing similar strats to Luke there. But Luke now turning around is gonna go and get Matt's MTV out the way. Probably get a refinery on as well, so the eco won't sustain. But unfortunately, he does need to pull back because Soloz trying to go along the top here as well. Matt just needs Pav just needs to hold up against Matt here. And he does get a refinery out of the way anyway. Oh, and the Eagles take out another refinery. Luke, though, losing his only war factory after selling his MCV. Pav sold his MCV as well. So it's down to an AVA fight here down the bottom. I don't think Pav is going to win that at all. Luke now needs to do something. Solo is going defensive mode with the Rocketeers, but it looks like Pav actually with that defender's advantage does win his fight. And he does push Matt all the way back to his own base, but Pav, he needs to be careful here. He can't commit everything towards it. Luke now coming in as well down the middle with his paradrops. Oh, Pav losing where we want to win the rhinos here. Everything is congregating in the middle. Matt and Soloz are combining in the middle to push away Luke, and then the paradrops are doing their damage along with a couple of Rocketeers. Pav has 2 AFCs there. I'm not sure if you saw there. And it's gonna take out his only AFC from Matt there. That's absolutely devastating. Paradrop does get cleaned up. The only thing Luke can build now is Rocketeers. He does not have any. He doesn't have a war factory, but he does have a couple of Grizzlies here. So he needs to absolutely commit 30 Rocketeers queued up right now. And the only thing Matt can build now is GIs. So it's all down to a game of who are best 2 here. Pav's gonna push in down the middle. He's gonna push Matt back to his own base. Matt has a devastating amount of Rocketeers, which is why you see a devastating amount of IVs here for Pav. And Pav actually pushing in and pulling Matt back, pulling Soloz back as well. The AGIV is there to repair. Elite IV comes out here. Luke now has the opportunity to push in with his Rocketeers as well. And the Elite IV there, Pav needs that Elite IV to stay alive. He needs to commit to a couple more IVs there. Use his Eagles. There you go, 7 Eagles now coming out of Pav. He needs to be careful here. Soloz can still build. And he needs to get that War Factory or that MCV out. He's gonna go for the MCV. It does go down. Never thought I'd see the day where someone builds 7 or 8 Eagles to deal with an MCV. Matt is gonna push in here with his Rocketeers. Pav does have anti-air nearby. And Soloz with a huge amount of rhinos here. He should be on the front line pushing with support from Matt's Rocketeers. But it is pretty late there. What is that beacon? Oh, it is for the Eagles, sorry. Soloz now coming in with a huge amount of rhinos. They're gonna have to defend this push with whatever they've got here. This is his only chance. The paradrop coming in from Luke takes out their final war factory, but can they defend against this push? With Soloz choosing to pull back here, giving Pav and Luke even more space to breathe. And now Luke has nothing left on the field except for its miners. He needs to pull them in as fodder here. Look at Matt. Matt's pulling in his miners as well for fodder for Luke, but Photo for Soloz. The Elite IV gets droned. But Pap seems to be committing everything towards this here. With that flag as photo, I don't think he's gonna win this. This is an absolute carnage here from Soloz. The only player remaining with any sort of production. Elite Rhino comes out. The Rocketeers from Matt takes out that oil. And looks like the left team has won this. And an absolutely massive game there. 11 minutes of pure action. That's what you get when you go double allied. Match point 724. Alright, then it is match point here to Team Soloz and Matt, or way too high.
Tech building captured.
So top left Soloz, bottom left Matt, top right Luke, and bottom right Path. So again, like we see on Montana, on standard, rare, true. I don't know if I have Polter on standard. Or maybe it is there. Yeah, so similar to Montana, we're seeing a double Sov versus a double allied here. Will it work out for the right side team? They need to be really methodical in what they think here. If they're gonna go with the same strats as Montana, it's gonna be a couple of rushes here, right? To start with the air from Path. And then they're gonna go and keep out the pressure here while maintaining their economy. And then sort of let them go down. So perhaps saying top left. So the air, I think it's gonna go immediately top left here. And that forward war factory placement from Luke telling me he's gonna go 0 as well. So immediately a flat cannon is up behind that war factory. I believe that cannon is in range of everything except for the tail end of that MCV on the left side. Drone coming up here as well. Oh, it's still trying to get the eagle droned, but it does not work out. There you go, Soloz low power. It's gonna go and try and hit that oil now. Another flat cannon committing here. So flat cannons are great against eagles to counter a quick eagle rush. But the planes are not going to his bottom left here. The flag goes down from that eagle. Another eagle here hasn't shot, but it does go down anyway from another eagle coming in. So Luke now with its own AFC as well. So the thing with Poltergeist here, there's not much economy on this map at all. The gold is pretty limited, so whatever patch you expand to will be crucial. And Luke does have that ability with that forward war factory to expand all the way to get a bit of gold here. So you can tell that Soloz and Matt are definitely going to camp and not push as much. It's going to be Luke and Pav that are going to be putting them under pressure. And they're the ones that are going to be reacting to almost everything that's going to be happening. Again, more flat going down here. Is Pav going to commit to 2 AFCs again? I'm not too sure about that. What is a weird MCV move? So again, you see Luke moving with his paradrops. That garrison there, I didn't know that was there actually. Did not know that garrison was there. So in comes Matt now. He tries to looking to push down the bottom, but it's not working out. He pulls back instead. If I was Luke, I'll just get that garrison out of the way because that's gonna do some chip damage actually. So Luke now moving his MCV towards the front line here. He's up against Soloz. Proficient allied player, but can he deal with the paradrop walk here from Luke? He's gonna camp the barracks here. And he's gonna be able to push away all of the rhinos there. Luke absolutely dominating Soloz here. Pap selling his MCV. Luke still hasn't deployed here. It looks like Soloz has lost here. MCV goes down. His eco is in the stinker, in the drain, and down goes his MCV as well. He does sell it instead. Matt now trying to push up against Pav, but Matt being too passive here. He should have pushed in to help his teammate a little bit here. But Luke Ken coming on the back door here. It looks like a classic round robin here. Matt being a little bit too passive. the only form of help coming in was the sentry guns, and that's about it. There was no cross map movements, but Luke absolutely doing amazing there. 725. That shot got me like 500 views on YouTube. This is pretty nuts. Alright, we're still on match point here. Divide freeze. So top left, red Iraq Soloz. Bottom left will be a blue American Luke. Top right will be a green Korean Path. Bottom right, as always, gonna be a yellow American Matt. So Connor's game here on Divide Freeze, going to be seeing a double allied once again. Quite rare here, these double allied setups, and the one thing that's said in here is that it's been working. It's been working. The shots get monetized the same as normal bits. I hope they do. But currently, if we're not monetized yet, if we get over 1,000 subs, then we'll be monetized. So all of you that are here, you better be fucking subscribed, else you're not my friend anymore. As far as Luke, no, it's not Luke Z, it's just Luke. Sandstorm is what we call him. Right, so it looks like Matt is gonna go air here. AFC down on top left, and Path going air as well. So double allied setup again from Team Luke and Path, and it seems to be working really well here. Quite rare that we see two players who are great at allies here, and similar playstyles as well, stressing and being really good early game here. So Ivy's out of Luke from bottom left onto bottom right. He's gonna try and hit that power to get rid of any flak or Patriot missiles that are gonna be coming out here. So Pillbox comes out instead, and down goes the power. That's gonna slow Matt down a little bit. And Soloz are going zero. Path has no war factory. He's committed to those air units. So let's see whether he'll be able to get there. Matt loses his war factory as well. This is gonna be huge here. Can Soloz get rid of it? The Eagles go down after the AC goes down. Path gets a war factory. Oh, what is this lag? Good micro out of Path there to go all the way to his top right. And now Luke still putting on the pressure onto Matt down in bottom right. The paradraw from Matt though bottom left does get that oil along with that refinery. And Path's Rocketeers, there, two of them getting rid of that oil from Soloz as well.
Our ally is under attack.
Looks like Path desperately trying to micro his way around here, and Luke getting hit or hitting Matt's oil here again. Those IVs are back once again to cause even more damage here.
Our ally is under attack.
But Soloz is still putting on the pressure here onto Path down in top right. Path's gonna have to pull back here from pushing onto Matt, doubling onto Matt here, and Soloz pulling back as well. War factory does go down, so he's gonna have to rebuild that once again. But the pressure from Luke here has been absolutely non-stop onto bottom right. Instead of using those Rocketeers to use as anti-air, he's using them to offensively, which is really great. And past two Rocketeers that got the oil here, he's gonna go for the power next. Matt from bottom left sending a couple Rocketeers over to help. Path does rebuild that war factory, excuse me. He's gonna have to micro that away, he does not. One minute does go down, and 1 minute's going down for Matt as well. So again, Matt being a little bit more passive one, but he is being forced out of his comfort zone here. Soloz still bringing the fight onto Path. And finally, some defensive airdrops coming in here. Looks like the Rocketeers from Matt have found its way to top right. It's gonna go for that ref. Two veteran IVs here from Luke. So after a huge erratic start there to the game, seems to have slowed down a little bit here. Those IVs are horribly controlled by Luke. But Luke now has a paradrap and a couple of grizzlies. He's gonna do what every good allied player does on RE2, just to walk with your paradraps.
Our ally is
That is
under
just
attack.
melt any dogs or any pillboxes that are in your way. Soloz now with a good number of miners here. He can sustain the economy and push in. Matt's economy though is not doing great. Miner after miner after miner getting hit by Luke and Pav doubling.
Our ally is under attack.
And again, Soloz coming in here, gets that AFC out the way again, punishing Pav for going towards his teammate here. But Matt, again, the great camper as he is gonna mass some air units here. His AFC is still on the top left side of the map. Then in comes Soloz once again. Defensive paradrap here from Luke. Obviously, Pav is Korea, so he's not gonna have any paradraps. So the paradraps are gonna come from Luke. And again, Luke putting all the pressure onto Matt here, getting rid of his Grizzlies, and the refinery's gonna go down surely. His IV there is absolutely crucial to deal with the Rocketeers coming in. Soloz again trying to push it on Pav every single time, but Pav just seems to push him back every single time he tries to go forward here.
Our ally is under attack.
Trying to get an AFC out the way. Sorry, that's a barracks. Again here, Luke getting dominated by these Rocketeers. Probably needed a couple IVs there at the early side of the game. Finally, Soloz goes on the left channel here, going down onto Luke. Splitting up actually, he does have a good number of rhinos here, and one single war factory. Producing quite a bit here, and this looks like a time where Soloz and Matt can actually push in here. Patriot missile comes out instead of committing to those IVs. Path now all the way from top right going down to the bottom right to put on pressure on Matt once again. It seems like they want to keep Matt to his own base, but Soloz again coming in, so immediately the fight goes from horizontally to vertically. Look at Luke with a good number of Rocketeers now. Path spinning up all the way to his bottom right where Matt was mining freely. And Path is actually splitting up here, doing exactly what Soloz did, and not committing all of his rhinos or all of his Grizzlies to attack. Which is absolutely crucial. You need to repair that Path. His eco is not doing great. And that barracks is crucial for the Rocketeers, as Soloz is going to get that barracks out of the way. Path is going to ignore it and immediately go to Soloz's base. And Luke here, good number of Rocketeers and good number of GIs there. It's going to melt anything that comes towards it. Second MCV out, second war factory out from Soloz, and Soloz splitting up his tanks. Or trying to. And Luke now out with a lab. Path now, no MCV. Look at the more Rocketeers and no anti-air at all. Luke now has to do something. He has to split, go to its Soloz here, or go to its Matt. He seems to be stuck out here. It is a 2v1 out of the horrible tank control out of Soloz that are on the cliff. Path manages to escape, not without getting the tail end of his Grizzly. He's capped out of the way. Ring around the rosy. And Matt now selling his MCV as well. Paradrap around the back here from Matt. Soloz spinning up down to his bottom left as well. Path needs to be careful here. His units are not doing great. But Luke is absolutely the one with the punching power here. He does have Mirages, he does have Rocketeers. He needs a lot more NTR to deal with Matt's Rocketeers. Oh, that's some good tank control from Soloz there. And look at the number of units that Soloz have compared to what Path has. Path is absolutely dead here. Luke needs to do something, but he can't because Matt is directly on his tail and keeping the pressure onto him. This is great teamwork from Matt here. This is why he camps. This is why he's very passive. Path calls GG's. He's gonna go down. Luke calls GG as well. Soloz GG's all around. And this looks to be a win
Player defeated
for our team. Soloz and Vwwww. Score is 8-5. Marco, amazing timing with that sound alert. Round of applause here for Team Soloz and Vwwww. Jeez. Absolutely amazing games there, every team. Huge games actually. So the score ends up 8-5.